câte o leacă. Hai, 1, 2, 3 și...
Hop.
Atât, până aici. Hai, 1, 2, 3 și... Înapoi.
Oh.
Atât.
This was supposed to be easy, until the road disappeared. We crossed places where there was no road at all, and more than once, I wondered whether turning back would have been the wiser choice. There is a moment on every journey when you start asking yourself whether you should still be on it. That moment came many times during this ride.
Na, acum mergi pe munte, gata. Da, s-a băgat unul.
The weather had torn the mountains apart. We became lost. But sometimes the hardest part of a journey is the decision to continue. First, it is Viorel's turn to take on this junction flooded by boulders. He has a lot more experience in these mountains.
Am zis în lung, în lung.
M-a fugit, m-a furat.
Hai, dai drumul ăla înapoi. Da cu dreapta. Da cu dreapta.
At this moment, my heart sank. I really thought I was going to fall into the river.
Atât. Acum ia cu stânga.
Opa, opa, opa!
Vezi că te duci cu totul.
Opa, opa, opa!
Inter, stânga și dă-i în spate, hai! M-am întâlnit-o eu, hai! Hai fără frică! Atât că ai polovanul ăla acolo, stai!
Cred că e gata.
Sau mai dai drumul! Ia să fii drept, nu într-o parte!
Bravo, băi!
Hai, totuși așa, în dubii!
Băi, Ram, îți dai seama că nu am niciodată așa ceva. Uite și tu cum arată aici terenul ăsta.
Și la tine, cel puțin când ai trecut pe acolo, m-am uitat în oglindă, era stabil, că tău e mai greu.
Aha, aha.
A meu numai 6 rea.
L-am văzut, te-am văzut, te-am văzut.
6 rea în toate direcțiile.
Da, 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 da.
Nici suspensia la mine nu e reglată cum trebuie.
Uite și tu ce e aici, băi, omule bun.
A dat și noi o piatră, mă vreau, piatră, până jos o duci.
Dă-ți dau și o piatră în râu, dă-ți dau și o piatră în râu.
Este o piatră în râu.
Na. Gândește ce e aici. entered this world on 2 motorcycles, my Transalp 650, Izvoarele CF MOTO 450. Our destination was Pasul Prislop, as I promised on our previous ride. But the destination was never really the point. The point was to cross the mountains and see what remained on the other side.
The evening falls upon the peaks, and silver clouds descend below. The eagles fade into the mist, the mountain streams still onward flow. No map can tell where we shall roam, no distant star can mark the way. We ride beneath the changing heavens and leave our fate to night and day. Go where the wild winds call, ride where the ancient mountains rise. Leave every burden far behind, and let the road become your guide.
Somewhere on the way towards Prislop, we missed a turn. One small mistake. A few minutes of riding in the wrong direction, and suddenly the landscape was leading us towards the Ukrainian border. Then came the dogs, Carpathian shepherd dogs, a reminder that these mountains still belong to people who live differently from us, and to animals that don't care how carefully we planned our route. We eventually reached the border police. They checked our identification and gave us directions. We were told which way to go.
Mulțumim! La revedere!
Yet, we chose another way. That was the second time when maybe we should have turned back.
La revedere!
The Northern Carpathians are not a wilderness because nobody lives here. They are a wilderness because nature still has the final word. Roads, houses, bridges, nothing matters here really. Give the mountains enough rain, enough wind and enough time, and they slowly take everything back. The Carpathian shepherd dogs are no joke. They are used to protect the sheep by fighting bears. I know of many people that got killed by these dogs, so we have to be careful. We are so lost at the border with Ukraine, and we couldn't reach any signal to find our way.
Am puțin.
Mă, dar acolo am făcut dreapta, uite, unde e ferma asta. Trebuia să facem...
Nu vei mai jos.
Nu mă, uite aici mă dă. A, aici? Aici trebuia să facem.
De unde suntem?
Aici.
We turn and gaze upon the peaks. The wind has heard our every doubt. The mountain knows the words we speak.
So we took a shortcut that took us into a ravine. The storms had broken the trail apart. The descent became steep enough that every meter demanded effort and complete focus. And slowly, something changed. I wasn't thinking about destination anymore. I wasn't even thinking about the road. I was thinking about the next 10 meters, then the next 5, then simply making sure the wheel falls in the right place. But there was another thought in my mind. Bears. These mountains are home to brown bears. And when you're exhausted, alone in the forest, every sound becomes something more than a sound. This is something motorcycles teach you. When the world becomes difficult enough, the future becomes irrelevant. You stop thinking about what might happen. You deal only with what is in front of you. Eventually, we found the trail again. It led us towards Prislop through old shepherd country. There are no comfortable roads here, only tracks that have been shaped by animals, people and weather. We cross rivers, deep pools. At the junction of Maramureș and Suceava counties, besides the Tibou River, the landscape became strangely quiet. Abandoned houses stood beside the valley, reminders of people who once called these mountains home.
Na.
And somewhere along the way I realized something. We weren't really following a route anymore. We were following the mountain. And the mountain was deciding how fast we traveled and where. We then followed the Ursul River higher and met a Lithuanian trekker.
This is of course quite new, the 450 MT.
This has less than 1,000 k.
Oh, nice.
Brand new. Are you a biker?
Yes.
Cool,
No,
man.
I mean, in Romania I am hiker. I only have my legs currently.
Good, good. They're good legs.
There you go. How many kilometers did you do today, guys?
Don't know, not too many. But since Since about 10 o'clock we are off-road.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I am super jealous. I mean, I would love to go to Romania with my bike as well, but it's a massive pain to get here from Lithuania with a bike.
It was a small encounter, perhaps insignificant. But these are the moments I love about traveling. Just strangers from two different countries meeting by chance in the middle of nowhere.
Have a good trip.
Neither of us was supposed to be there at exactly that moment, and yet, there we were. Eight hours of riding had begun to settle into our bodies. The tiredness was no longer something we noticed. It had become part of us.
We never conquered stone or storm, nor made the ancient forests yield. We only followed where they led us and found our courage in the wild. Go where the wild winds call, ride where the ancient mountains rise, leave world's darkness far behind, and let the road become your guide. Just go.
Suntem în nori.
Da, exact.
Bun, pe aici mai avem 9 km.
Ieșim în 20 minute, suntem acolo.
The mountain wasn't finished with us.
Ceva picură, mă.
A?
Ceva picură.
Baia de ulei.
E baia de ulei?
Da. Căza mea și eu.
A hidden boulder lifted beneath Viorel's front wheel, It struck the engine protection and sent him into the air.
Viorel, lasă bolovanul, hai să scoatem în drum, ei.
When he landed, the oil pan was cracked. Oil began pouring onto the road.
L-am luat pe parte.
Știi, cred că tunelul era fundat și când ai trecut roata pe el, ți l-a întors.
Da, mi l-a întors și mi-a...
Hai să scoatem la drum, Viorel, cât mai ulei în motor. Dai drumul înainte, știi?
After 8 hours of trying to get through boulders, rivers and ravines, we had reached the paved road, only to discover that the mountains had one final say to us. And now there was no question of whether we should continue. The motorcycles simply couldn't. At least we are out of the mountains. We rode slowly downhill on a natural road, then waited in a petrol station.
Bine, Viorel!
Not every adventure has a happy ending. Sometimes you arrive at a broken motorcycle. Sometimes the road takes more from you than you expect. And sometimes you spend 8 hours wondering whether you should have turned back.
And ancient peaks touch heaven's veil.
Maybe we should have turned back. Maybe we should have listened to the border police. Maybe we should have taken the easier road. Maybe. But if we had, we wouldn't have these memories today. And forever. Thanks for watching.
No fate to fear. The stars shall be